Hello and thanks for joining us tonight. A St. Mary Parish Council member is calling for social justice reform within the parish. He says the parish is not creating enough economic opportunities for minorities.
News 10's Britt Lafaso was at tonight's Parish Council meeting where he voiced his concerns. She has our top story.
Councilman Craig Matthews sending a powerful and clear message to the Parish Council. He just wants to see black and brown people have a seat at the table, and he says right now he is not seeing that.
The main issue is that we have not been intentional about ensuring that black and brown people have an equal opportunity to engage in these governmental processes. One of the biggest concerns for me is that we're continuing to do multi-million-dollar business ventures in this parish, and black and brown people are not at the table competing for those governmental contracts.
Parish Councilman Craig Matthews used Bayou Bend Health Systems, which includes a hospital in Franklin, as an example. He says despite 64% of the service district being a minority black population, there are 0 black people in middle and upper level management.
I've expressed my concerns to the Board of Commissioners that oversees that operation. I've expressed my concerns directly to the CEO of Bayou Bend Health Systems, that there needs to be a concerted and an intentional effort to recruit more minorities to middle and upper level management positions, where right now there are none.
He also says the parish has invested millions of dollars into the facility in the last decade, and none of the money has gone to any minority contractors or subcontractors.
We have a very diverse community. It's multicultural, and we need to do business with that in mind.
We asked Councilman Matthews what he would like to see happen in the future.
Making sure that everyone has equal rights and equal opportunities to compete on every level, and ensuring that as we do business, as we develop, as we create more economic opportunity, that we're ensuring that all people have an opportunity to be a part of that process, engaged in that process, and participate in a meaningful way and in a way that is going to bring financial gain and wealth to their families.
Reporting in St. Mary Parish, Britt Lafaso, KLFY News 10.
Britt, thank you. News 10 spoke with St. Mary Parish President David Hannegriff about the issue. He says he appreciates Councilman Matthews' opinions and research, and says the parish is always striving for equality and making sure there is a level playing field. The parish president adds he will strive for fairness in bids as well. He also acknowledges there's a lack of minorities at Bayou Bend Health Systems, but says local government needs to look at who is applying.